Siwmai a chroeso i bodlediad Profiad y Dysgwr Coleg Oer Abertawe. Welcome to the Gower College Swansea Learner Experience Pod.
Before we continue, please subscribe and like the pod, as this will help us to grow and mean you'll never miss an episode. Hi everyone, I'm Josh.
And I'm Fatima, and we're the hosts for this special Student Union elections update from Gower College Swansea.
That's right, it's that time of year again. The SU President elections are just around the corner, and we're here to walk you through everything that you need to know.
First things first, we've got some incredible candidates this year, all passionate about making your voice heard and improving college life.
Each one has put together a manifesto full of ideas, from better common spaces to more student events, mental health support, sustainability projects and more.
You'll be able to hear from them directly during the campaign period, which runs until the 11th of May.
In the middle of this, on the 7th of May, we've got question time, your chance to see the candidates answer questions on the spot. Think of it as a student-style debate with real insight into what they stand for.
Voting opens right after that. From the 12th to the 18th of May, you can cast your vote on the student portal. It's quick, easy and powerful. Your vote shapes who represents you.
And then it all comes to head on the 19th of May. The votes will be counted in the morning and results will be posted later in the afternoon.
But wait, there's more. We've teamed up with two independent guests for a special podcast episode where we take a closer look at the manifestos. No bias, no nonsense, just honest opinions, questions, and a breakdown of each candidate's ideas.
And if you're not sure who to vote for, or if you just want to give it a deeper dive, give it a listen. In fact, it's going to follow us talking now.
This is your student union, your president, your choice.
So get informed, get involved, and get voting.
We'll see you at question time.
Bye for now.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something really interesting. The upcoming Student Union President election at Gower College Swansea.
Yeah, it's always fascinating to see these local campaigns unfold.
We've got the manifestos from the two candidates, Rose Wahbi and Will Hollins, and the election timeline too.
Right.
Now, Gower College Swansea, it has several campuses, across the region, and the Student Union is pretty key in representing, well, quite a diverse student body.
Absolutely a crucial role.
So our mission today is basically to understand what these candidates are proposing. What do their platforms tell us about student priorities there?
And for you, our listener, think of this as a great window into how potential leaders try to connect, try to address the issues people care about, even, at this college level.
Exactly. It's a microcosm, isn't it?
It really is. By digging into these manifestos, we get a real sense of the challenges students are facing right now: cost of living, access, community, and the different ways these two individuals are suggesting they can tackle them. What's often interesting is how these very specific college proposals can echo wider societal trends.
Okay, let's dive into Rose Wahbi's manifesto first then. Straight away, her experience stands out. She's a current student governor.
Yeah, that's significant.
That likely gives her a real sort of inside track on how the college actually works.
You'd think so. That governor role probably means she's seen what works, what doesn't within the college system itself.
And her main focus seems to be on creating equal opportunities for all students, like regardless of their background, what course they're on, or, external stuff.
That emphasis on equal opportunities suggests she's maybe quite tuned in to potential disparities in how different students experience college life.
One of the big areas she tackles is the cost of living. I mean, that's huge everywhere right now.
Definitely a major pressure point.
She's proposing lowering food costs at the college, and she specifically mentions students getting EMA.
That's the educational maintenance allowance, right?
Yep.
Financial support.
Yeah, exactly. And also those getting help from the college's financial contingency fund, the FCF.
So she's really targeting support there.
Seems like it. And she's also pushing for cheaper bus passes and wants to bring back free bus travel until 6 p.m. on first bus.
Well, okay, those are quite concrete things.
Yeah, they really hit on some fundamental needs, don't they? Food, transport.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Focusing on EMA and FCF recipients, that really highlights a concern about financial issues, especially for those already needing support. It suggests she knows who's finding it toughest.
Right.
And the transport stuff, cheaper passes, free buses, they could genuinely ease the burden and just make getting to college easier for a lot of students.
And building on that idea of equal access, she's also got ideas for the day-to-day experience. Upgrading facilities, libraries, common rooms.
Standard stuff, but important.
And even the prayer rooms. She mentioned she was president of the Islamic Society before.
Okay, so she has some direct experience there.
Yeah, it gives a bit of context to that point. And she also wants to improve outdoor areas, specifically mentioning the smoking areas on the Gorsainan campus.
Right. Her past role with the Islamic Society does suggest a track record, doesn't it? Addressing specific student needs around facilities and looking at outdoor spaces, even smoking areas. It might seem small, but actually it can make a big difference to just feeling comfortable on campus day to day.
Another key bit seems to be communication, getting information out there.
Always tricky in a big place.
She's talking about making the student portal and the EILP app, that's their electronic individual learning plan app, I think just easier to use. Accessibility.
Plus, making sure students actually know about the support services, free counseling, sexual health clinic, financial aid like that FCF fund through better advertising.
Yeah, that's crucial. I mean, what good are services if people don't know they exist or find them impossible to navigate?
Right.
Improving those digital platforms, actively promoting what's available, that could genuinely help a lot of students feel more supported. Okay, and then finally, looking beyond lessons. She wants to work with clubs, societies, sports academies.
The extracurricular side.
To get more activities going during and after college hours across all the campuses. She lists Elwyn Y. Bryn, Jubilee Court, Sketty Hall.
Important to spread it out.
And she mentions providing budgets for these activities too.
Putting money behind it. That shows commitment.
Yeah. And she also wants to make sure the new buildings going up in Gorsainan actually meet student demands.
Good point. Thinking ahead. Expanding activities across all campuses, that could tackle that feeling some students might have of being on a smaller, less active site. And yeah, funding is key to making things happen. Her focus on the new buildings also shows she's thinking about the future infrastructure.
So her final message is basically a promise to listen, represent everyone's interests, and she asks students to message her with questions and, well, vote for her.
Standard call to action, but framed around listening.
Okay, so that's a pretty detailed picture of Rose's plan. Now let's switch gears. William Hollins. His manifesto uses the theme #WalkWithWill.
Catchy hashtag.
And it's built around 3 main pillars: inclusion, transport, and social.
Okay, a clear structure. That thematic approach can make it pretty easy for students to grasp what he's about. Inclusion, transport, social, those cover big chunks of student life, right?
Definitely. So under inclusion, William wants students to feel part of all 4 campuses.
Bridging the gaps.
Some specifics: more food items, better vending machines.
Which makes you wonder about the current options, I suppose.
Yeah, is it limited? Not great quality, only available certain hours. Better vending could mean more convenience.
He also proposes an annual prom for every campus, making sure the venues are accessible.
A big social event, trying to make it equitable across sites.
Interesting. And better tech, bigger common rooms for some colleges, plus specific things like college-wide hoodies or shirts.
Dilling that idemi.
Colorful lanyards based on campus, and generally more inclusivity activities. That inclusion theme really speaks to the challenge of having multiple campuses, doesn't it? Trying to create a unified feel.
Yeah.
The prom is about that shared experience. Hoodies, lanyards, they're about fostering that collective identity, like you said. And the vending machine thing, maybe it suggests current food options just aren't cutting it for everyone all day.
Okay, then transport. William's proposing improvements to the coach service, more stops, better access to the Elwyn Y. Bryn campus.
Right, focusing on specific routes and access points.
Also wants more handicap parking spots, and generally more parking at some campuses.
Addressing drivers' needs too.
And he suggests a cycling eco-reward scheme, plus a better system for bike storage and other incentives for cycling.
So, a pretty broad transport platform, covering buses, cars, bikes.
Yeah, seems wider ranging than Rose's focus on buses.
That eco-reward scheme for cycling is interesting. A nudge towards sustainable travel. Its success would depend on how good the rewards are, I guess.
True. Needs to be worthwhile. Okay, finally, his social theme. He wants more community events that mix students from different campuses.
Again, that cross-campus connection.
More clubs and activities, specifically targeting the smaller campuses.
Good idea. Ensuring parity of experience.
He suggests the college should sell cold food and ice cream in hot weather.
Huh. Simple, but potentially very popular.
Yeah, and improving student discounts and organizing a bigger freshers event.
So the social thing is really about building that community feel outside of classes. Focusing on smaller campuses helps make sure everyone gets a slice of the social pie, so to speak.
Right.
And the cold food, ice cream. Yeah. Small comforts can make a difference, can't they?
So when you put both manifestos side by side, it feels like Rose and William have quite different angles, different approaches.
Definitely distinct flavors.
Rose seems really focused on like practical fixes to current systems, student welfare, really leaning on her experience inside the college.
Exactly. You get the sense she understands the mechanics, maybe the limitations too. Her proposals feel quite targeted, addressing specific, maybe quite immediate needs. Practical stuff.
Whereas William's approach feels more about the overall student experience, especially the social side, the inclusion, trying to build that stronger sense of community across all the sites.
Yeah, more about the vibe, the connections perhaps, putting forward those more visible community building initiatives.
And you see that contrast clearly when you compare specifics, don't you? Like on food costs.
Right.
Rose zeroes in on support for students already getting financial aid,
Very targeted.
while Williams suggests broader improvements to vending machines, which might help, anyone grabbing food on the go.
Right, different needs. One is about fundamental affordability for vulnerable groups. The other may be more about convenience or broader choice for everyone.
And transport, too. Rose is focused on making existing bus travel cheaper.
A specific known cost for many.
Williams proposing a wider mix. Coaches, parking, cycling incentives, catering to different ways students get around.
Exactly. It really highlights that while both candidates clearly want to improve things for students,
Yeah, then the goal is the same.
their priorities, how they view the student experience, seem quite different. One seems more focused on those sort of foundational support systems and making them work better.
Fixing the basics.
And the other is maybe leaning more into building a more connected, enjoyable, active campus life.
Which does raise an interesting question for the students themselves, doesn't it?
Yeah, what matters most to them right now? Is it the practical stuff? Can I afford lunch? Can I get the bus easily? Are the services accessible?
Or is it more about feeling part of a community, having more social opportunities, more activities, that sense of belonging across campuses?
Exactly. What's the top priority?
So just to quickly recap, Rose Wahbi campaign seems centered on her experience, equal opportunities, with concrete plans for cost of living, facilities, communication, activities.
Practical improvements, leveraging her knowledge.
William Hollins, #WalkWithWill theme, emphasizing inclusion across campuses, better transport options overall, and a more active social scene.
Yeah, focusing on that broader experience, community, and amenities.
So two distinct visions on offer there.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Both offering potential leadership for the student union, but coming from different places and prioritizing different kinds of enhancements.
Hopefully this deep dive has given you, our listener, a clearer picture of what's actually on the table in this election at Gower College Swansea. It's a neat example of how different priorities and leadership styles emerge, even in a student context.
Absolutely. And it really offers a chance for you to think about what kind of leadership, what priorities resonate most, whatever the setting.
And it leaves us with a final thought, perhaps.
I think so. Considering these different approaches, these different priorities we've talked about, what kind of student union president do you think would best serve the students at Gower College Swansea right now, with all their diverse needs and hopes? What do these manifestos, these specific proposals, tell us about what students themselves see as the most important parts of their college experience today? Something to ponder.